everybody. Welcome back to the Holly Jolly Christmas special. Today we are going to bring all the ingredients of the cake together. It's like a symphony. Everything should synchronize. So you need everything ready for the final step. Now we are putting all the butter into the mixer. And here goes the shortening. Then a cup of sugar. Cup of sugar goes in. Then we will put the mixer to the start. Do it very slow mixing in the beginning, and then later on you can increase the speed. So now look at the mixing is in progress. Meanwhile, I have separated eggs into the whites, and I have beaten up the egg whites into nice foamy texture. And also the egg yolks, I'm going to mix the egg yolks together using a small hand mixture. Now into the butter sugar mixture, we are going to add the egg yolks first, and the egg whites goes at the end of the mixing. So the egg yolks goes in there. Meanwhile, let's get this fruit mixture ready. For the fruit mixture, we need to add little bit of flour and mix the fruit so that it won't sink to the bottom. So make it slightly dry on the outer part of the fruits so it won't sink to the batter. And also, meanwhile, we are going to switch on the stove to 350 degrees. We have to preheat the oven. So 350 or 365, you can start with 365 or 375, so it gets evenly hot, because different stove has different temperature range. So you can make it slightly high or low according to the stove. So it has to be preheated to 350 degrees before we pop the cake batter into it. And also, meanwhile, we need baking pan with a removable sort of tray in it. See this? It has a middle part of this where the cake batter is not going to go into the center. So you grease the pan, and also you can flour it lightly so that the cake won't stick to the sides. So these things you keep it ready before the mixing ends. So you can just do the shaking of little bit of flour all over the pan. And now let's take a look at our butter and sugar batter. It has to be fluffy, and so much of air has to go into it. So increase the speed towards the end so that the air can get in and it can become fluffy. So while this is going on, we are going to add our egg yolks. There you go, all the egg yolks into the batter. the sugar, caramelized sugar that we made earlier, and cool to temperature. So that is the next thing that is going into the mixer. It's slightly hard enough. In that case, you can add little hot water and make it loose. But then again, bring it to the room temperature, cool it down. So you can add it towards the end of it. I'm having slight difficulty in getting it out of it. So what you do is add little bit, microwave little bit of hot water and then add it to it. But don't add it directly to the batter. You have to cool it down again. Now another trick is you can take a little bit of milk and add some instant coffee to it, so that you can have little bit of coffee flavor also. You can add 1 or 2 teaspoons of instant coffee into the milk mixture and add it to the batter. So now we are going to the final stages of adding the flour, the dry ingredient. Before that, we have to pop little vanilla essence into it. So here goes the vanilla essence. Or whichever flavor of essence you have, you can use orange. That is a good choice. I usually use vanilla essence. So now I'm going to bring it to a stop. So now the next stage is adding the flour. For that, I have to release the blade from the mixer. Take off all the batter from the blade, and next stage is hand mixing the flour and the beaten up egg whites. So that has to be incorporated slowly so that the air can still remain inside the batter without deflating the cake. So here goes. Taking this out. So the next stage is incorporating the flour mixture. Again, the flour mixture we have with the baking soda and the cream of tartar, cornstarch, and the spices that I've grinded, which include cinnamon powder and some orange dried peels and some cardamom, some cloves and nutmeg, all grinded into a small mixture. Everything grinded together. You can make it like a teaspoonful of the spices will be enough. So just mix that with the dry ingredient. So now here goes the final stage. So I'm having the flour incorporated. Then I'm having the egg whites and the fruits. That is the final stage. And of course, a little bit of milk and the coffee mix. If at all you require more liquid, you can add that. So that is also here. So now, scrape up all the sides together. And now I'm adding a little bit of flour into the mixture. simultaneously I'm going to add a little bit of the beaten egg whites. So just fold it in. Do not mix it fast and rigorously. Just fold it everything together in a very slow motion. There is no hurry in this step. You have to be very slow. So add little flour goes in and incorporate some egg whites along with it. So we are aerating the cake. So it's slipping off. So this step goes in, and then the batter, when the batter is ready, everything